Sports Media, baby. Let's get at it.
Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
Everybody, it's time. What's up? What's up, everybody? This is Prime Sports Media. I'm your host, the Information Man. This is the Sports Channel. Let's get at it right now. As you know, CU, under the leadership of Coach Prime, had a fantastic black and gold game today, their annual black and gold spring practice 2024. And the last time I was live, people made mention of particular recruits and particular transfer portal players that will be attending the official spring practice game with their interest to join CU, Coach Prime, the team, and the atmosphere there, and the whole 9 yard. And there was such a running back, Rashad Amos, who showed up and has made a commitment. I'm going to get into that. Mantrez Walker, who is touted as one of the young top 3-star linebacker recruits coming out of high school. I've got lots of goodies to show you there. So us to get started, and I want to get started with this right here, this video from Coach Prime in his press conference today. Just a small clip here. And as always, we have to make sure we do this when we deal with copyright material. And as always, federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion picture, video, tapes, or video disc under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder, okay? And this is for the purpose, ladies and gentlemen, of criticism, news reporting, parody, all right, critical analysis, and what have you. From time to time, the way it works, I'll play Coach Prime, and then I'll have to make comments because you have to turn copyrighted material that you're using, that you're making a statement on, into something new and unique. So let's hear Coach Prime right now. This is his press conference. And this is as it relates to the offensive line, if I'm not mistaken.
7 Sports.
24/7.
Sir, what did you see out of the offensive line today?
Protection, commitment. We're able to run the ball, throw the ball, but, that's against our own players. No one loses in the spring. Everyone wins. You're playing against one another. You got to win.
So you can see right there, as this is fair use, that Coach Prime, when asked the question about what did he see out of the offensive line, because we know that the offensive line was atrocious last year. It was a bad offensive line, which unfortunately Shedeur went under a lot of duress. He is going to make mention about recruits coming in, which plays into the theme of the video tonight. And let's hear.
I know what I want, and I know what I desire, and those guys are really close. And not just the starters, just having the depth, and the depth is on campus right now that's committing left and right. I don't know if have we released the commits, because there's been several that's committed. I think it's a couple more here right now. Well, I think it's about 5 more that's here right now that's committed. I don't know if we released it yet, but you'll hear about it really soon.
Okay, that was the breaking news today that Coach Prime spoke about, and I want to say this right here. This was the young man right here, and I'm going to put him up here next to me in the left corner. This is Rashad Amos, who originally played his collegiate football at South Carolina before transferring to Miami of Ohio. Here he is in action when he was at the University of South Carolina. That's SEC football. He was highly recruited by all these schools, as you see up here. This young man was recruited by the Oregon Ducks, Ole Miss, UCF, Utah, okay? The same Arizona, Duke, Washington, USC, Kansas State, TCU, Arkansas, Auburn, Texas A&M, Oklahoma State, just a bunch of schools, Arizona State, Michigan State as well. Just a bunch of incredible schools there. Just to let you know, so this is letting you know exactly what we're getting at CU. We're getting a young man who brings a lot of experience to the table. He's a young player still. I think he's still just a sophomore, young player. He might have been redshirted somewhere down the line. I think he's a sophomore. We lost Dylan Edwards. I talked about that, how that was a difficult loss because he was going to be a big part of what CU had cooking. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and do this. Let me play an audio, and I did release a podcast, a radio-style podcast just a few days ago. I want to say peace and respect to Patricia in the house. She's one of my great mods there. I want to say peace and love to another great mod. That's Peggy Roster. I want to say to Alicia, who's in there, and another great new mod. That's PGH Big Dog in the house. Let me do this. I want to play something for you. It's going to be an audio clip that's in the podcast that I've created, the audio podcast, which can be heard on all podcasting platforms, your Spotify's, your Spreaker, your Google Podcasts, all of it. But let me let you hear. This is what Dylan had to say prior to leaving, and now we've got Rashad Amos. Dylan was going to be a featured back. I still don't understand why he left, but here is an audio for you to listen to right now.
What have you seen from this offense?
This is Dylan Edwards.
Man, this year's gonna be fun. I feel like everybody has a chance to do what they need to do, and our scheme is really nice. So everybody, gets the ball, and it goes around real nice for
Coach
sure.
Fleek said that was a little frustrating last year schematically. A lot of RPO stuff. You guys struggled with some of that. What was that like in the running back room?
It was a little struggle, but we all, was a family in that meeting room. So we all leaned on each other and tried to get through the season, trying to get as much reps and do our best as possible as we could. So that's all we were asked from Coach Fleek.
How many carries does it take to get in the rhythm?
10 to 12. Especially this year, our line, they open up some big holes.
I want to stop it there. So, for whatever reason, he left, and as a result, hey, sometimes you lose good players, great players who have great potential. They were certainly going to feature him in the backfield, but now you may get someone even better. Now, I can make an argument, and this is no shade to Dylan Edwards, but after looking at video and studying the movements and the style of running that Rashad Amos brings to the table, his ability to catch out of the backfield as well as to run out of the backfield, and he has great speed and acceleration down the field. You're going to see that. I got clips to show you. I think that we've been blessed with a running back that may be much better than Dylan Edwards, who left us. Let me show you this. So as I told you, he was highly touted across the country when he came out. I'm going to give you some numbers on this young man as I show you these clips of him running. He's very elusive in his abilities. Coach Prime said there's recruits coming in. Do I have to remind you here?
Oh, okay. I don't know what you said, but it sounds good. I trust you.
Good afternoon, Coach Prime. Mike Lyle, KUNC Radio. How are you, brother?
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good today. I know you're evaluating everybody as part of the spring game, but what stood out with you and Shador's performance today?
I don't just go by the day. I get reports every practice, every day, and I like to see completions. I like to see.
So he's talking about Shador right there, but he did say earlier when I played the video earlier that there's recruits that came in, like this young man right here. Let me give you some of his background because we are definitely going to be you can look at him and tell he's a much stronger back, a little bit more physical from what I've seen. Okay, he played, as I said before, for South Carolina. That's in the SEC. That's big boy football. I got to be honest with you. That's big boy football, SEC style. Okay. He, as I said before, when he was with Ohio, Miami of Ohio, this young man, as you see, he has made the switch to Colorado from Miami of Ohio. He put up a rushing yards of 1,075 yards, 13 touchdowns this past 2023 season. Here he is with his family to boot, mother, father. He looks just like his father. They've seemed to have raised a very well-spoken and intelligent and very great athlete young man. As you see there, him with his family. Now, he was rated the third, one of the third best running backs in the Mid-American Conference in rushing. He led them in rushing. He was the second best rushing running back in the Mid-American Conference in terms of rushing touchdowns. His ability to break tackles, to get away. You see right here, he's playing in a game where it's snowing, it's rain, it's nasty out there, and he's making plays under duress, okay? He had 27 carries in the career carries in games where he's put up some good number. number 2 ranked running back in the portal. So he was ranked the number 2 running back that people were looking for in the portal. He has a career 180-yard rushing attempt on 33 carries in the 2023 season. Now, this young man is not coming to us by way of being injured. So he's been healthy, relatively healthy. He made all 13 all MAC as well. So we're getting some talent here. We're getting a young man that's bringing something to the table. I appreciate everybody that's out there watching the podcast tonight. I see we got Sister Shirley in the house. Let me give you a nice clap. I think this kid can come in and play right away. I mean, it could be a nice 1-2 punch between him and Hayden. Okay? Dallin Hayden. Remember, we got that young man. He's a beast, too, from the University of the Ohio State, right? He came from Ohio State, the Ohio State, as they call it, right? So this could be a 1-2 punch combination with those 2 young men. Of course, we've got Charlie, who, from all accounts, is looking good. He looked good in the practice game today. Let me know in the chat room or in the comment section of this video, how do you feel about Charlie at this point? How do you feel about how they looked in the practice game? We know that they were playing against each other. Shador looked good. Shador felt like the offensive line was doing a job for him. He said he feels comfortable. Everything's looking good so far in terms of the practice. But to pick up this type of quality of back, given the fact that you lost someone in Dylan Edwards, that pretty much you were going to feature him in the offense. And he said himself that it's an offense that was going to feature many of the other backs. Now, in the podcast that I did, Uncle Neely, I believe his name, he has the pregame show YouTube channel. He's very close to the program. He said some things this week in a video about questioning whether it seemed like guys might be leaving for the bag, guys might be leaving because they can't deal with competition. He made a lot of statements, and that's in the audio podcast that I did. You can click into that on this channel. It'll put you right into Spotify, and you can check that out, or any podcasting platform that you like in terms of audio podcast. But this young man comes to us, Rashad Amos has, he's real deal. Let me show you a video right now. This is fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use, fair use. I want y'all to check this out. Young man's got skills. He's blessed with skills.
Level. Handoff Amos. Amos right up the middle, and there he goes. Amos off to the races, and touchdown, Sandy Creek.
As you can see, young man can move. He can catch the ball out of the backfield, running out of the backfield, in between, outside. Now, when I say he can catch the ball and then he can still accelerate with speed when people are chasing after him, let me let you see this. This is fair use again, with the purpose of educating, parody, news reporting, critical analysis, and what have you. So let's go ahead and let you see what he does when they spread you out with the passing game. And this is something that Shador is going to be doing. They've got a tight receiving core. Let me go ahead and look at something real quick, because the receiving core this year, they're saying, maybe one of the best receiving cores in the country. Of course, we've got Travis Hunter. Okay, that's no doubt about that. He's a main fixture in what they're doing. We know that already. Okay. But what we need to know is that you've got not only Travis Hunter in the passing game, and you've got Shepard. Let me see. I'm having some problem with something that I'm looking at right now. So give me a minute, folks, as I try to fix this problem. And there we go. Problem is solved. I don't know why this did this, but you've got Shepard, Will Sr., Jimmy Horn Jr. Jimmy Horn Jr. is still back into the fold at receiver. Of course, we got Amani Miller. We got Amani Miller. He's coming in as a sophomore. You know he's going to bring some dynamics to the table, okay? We got Tyrell Jr. You know he's going to bring some dynamics to the table as a wide receiver. So we've got some talented guys that are waiting and chipping at the bits to show you what they can do. I think their receiving core is going to be dynamic. And then when you add a running back like Amos to the picture, his ability to do this, check this out.
1st and 20 now. Williams across the middle, and that's caught by Amos. Trying to outrun Dudley.
Now watch
Amos
that.
inside the 10 and into the...
You see that? That's fair use with the purpose of news reporting, parody, and what have you. Now, you've seen that with your own eyes, everybody. He has the ability to get down the field, accelerate, catch the ball, and then you notice that those guys are chasing him, and he still had enough speed bursts with balance to get into the end zone, even when guys were trying to put hands on him, and he was able to beat them from making a tackle. This is just a small example of what he's capable of doing that he will bring to CU, as he has committed after showing up this weekend at the annual spring game, the black and gold game, the spring game, showing up, showing out, and has made his commitment to Coach Prime. This is fantastic news, don't you think? I think it's great news. I'm happy that he's going to join the team, and I look forward to seeing what this young man will bring to the table. Once again, he rushed for 1,000 yards, 1,075 yards, 13 TDs just last season. He was rated as the second best rushing running back in the Mid-American Conference when it came to getting touchdowns. So he has a neck for getting in the end zone and making things happen. And as you see him right there, he's a bigger back. Appears to be a bigger back, which is what we need, with speed, with strength, with power, ability to run inside, outside, and catch the ball outside. He brings maybe a more experienced package to the table and body ready for the game than Dylan Edwards. I'm just saying from just from an eye test, from what I've heard about him, what I've seen. And once again, this man led the Mid-American Conference in TDs for running back in 27 carry games. Number 2 rated running back in the portal coming out. He had a career high in one game in which he rushed for 180 yards on 33 carries in 2023. He made all third team All-MAC conference, so he is experienced. And as I said before, as you see right there, a lot of teams wanted his services when he was coming out of high school. He was highly touted by some really top-notch programs. We just have to be honest about that. So I really appreciate everybody coming over. I like these late-night shows sometimes, and I hope that you all have had a great weekend, that you had a chance to see the spring game. I know they were playing it on YouTube. There's people on YouTube who play it. So I hope that you really enjoyed that. Let me get to the next recruit that I think is dynamic. High school young man, very dynamic. And this is Mantrez Walker. And let's go into this young man right here. Let me show you a picture of him, what he brings to the table. I'm very excited. And, oh, by the way, this is what Rashad Amos looks like in the uniform, y'all. Let's see him in the CU uniform right here, right? Okay. So let's go over here and look at this young man right here. This young man is a high school recruit. This is Mantrez Walker from Buford High School in Georgia. He's a Georgia prospect. Rivals, they got him rated as a 3-star prospect. And you know Coach Prime, he doesn't care about all that star stuff. He just wants players that can play the game, who have great character. Rivals had him at one point. I think Rivals had him as rated as a third 3-star recruit. I think 24/7 has him rated as the 48th best linebacker coming out of high school. At one point in time, Rivals had this young man rated as number 12, the number 12th best linebacker coming out of high school into the 2025 recruitment class. They had him rated as the nation's number 234 overall prospect and the number 12 linebacker in the class of 2025. That's what they had him at. Then when you look at someone like On3 Sports, On3 had him rated as an 87.09, which basically says what? That he's a 3-star recruit. Schools that were looking at him as well were Arkansas, Cincinnati, Duke, Florida. So there were definitely some schools looking at this young man for his services, and I'm excited about us having him now because of the fact that he's a linebacker, and that's an area of need for the program. He's young, and let me give you some stats on this young man. These stats are going to definitely be impressive as to what he can bring to the table. As I said before, I love these recruitment commitment pictures. You see him right there on that recruitment picture. This young man out of high school in the Georgia area, the Buford High School young man, senior, coming out of high school, stands at 6 foot tall, 210 pounds. Okay. Check out these are measurables in terms of his power, his strength when it comes to bench press. His max bench press is 250. Okay. He moved 185 bench press, 12 reps. So he had 185 bench reps with 12 reps. Okay. 225 bench rep. He did 5 of those with 225. Okay. 5 reps. Max bench press is 250, meaning he can lift 250 pounds. His max squat is 315 reps. Max power clean is 205 pounds, meaning he can lift 205 pounds clean without any struggle. So the reason why these numbers are important, because it shows you how much power he has, his ability, his strength. Because as a linebacker, linebackers have to be able to shoot the gap. Linebackers have to take on offensive linemen. They have to be able to tackle. You need to be able to run people down and bring them down. You need to have power, strength, agility, ability. So that's why the max squat is important. The max clean is important, the 205 pounds. His bench press, because it shows you how strong he is. But at the same time, when he gets into CU and they get him in the weight program and they get him in the exercise program, they're going to get him stronger. They're going to get him right. But this is where he is as a young prospect right now. So I want to show you this right here. He looks really cool right here. Here he is. You can tell he's going to put on some more strength. He's going to get stronger. Okay, this kid is just high school, and he looks like that right now. But he's going to get stronger, and he's also going to a good university where you're going to get a great education. New future cast prediction. Okay, now they had him rated here as a 4-star. Mantrez Walker, 2025 inside linebacker. John Garcia Jr. of Rivals. Rivals, let me correct what I said before. Rivals actually had him down as a 4-star recruit. But On3 has him down as a 3-star recruit, and 24/7 Sports has him as a 3-star. But again, no matter what star he is, it's about whether he can play the game, whether he can show up, I'm going to say this again, go to the meetings on time, study the film. As Coach Prime says, coaches bring him information on what the players are doing and what they're not doing. As long as he can be a great student, get great grades, do well, excel academically at the university at Colorado, because that's a very good university. As long as he can have character, purpose, he'll do well in the program. Now, let you hear from him. He had some really good things to say about the program, how he feels about the program, and why he decided to come to CU. I want you to hear what this young man had to say. I thought what he said was very commendable. You could tell he has his head on right, and you got to give a lot of credit to his family that raised him. He's very well spoken, and I'm excited about the possibilities with this young man. So let's check it out right here.
I'm here with the newest Colorado Buffalo commitment, Mantrez Walker. How does it sound?
Hey, man, sounds great. Great to be a Buffalo.
What went into this? One-time Michigan commitment. You've been on the market for a long time, a ton of visits. How did Coach Prime and the Buffs separate themselves?
Really just their constant communication and them just showing me that I'm a priority, and just them coming to my school when they could. When I went out there, I felt like I could relate to the coaches the most, and then the connections with them being from the NFL. And then I just feel like college football has changed, and then Prime is going in the right direction in his new regime. And I feel like Colorado is going nothing but up. So
you're, of course.
All right. You see that the young man is well spoken. He said that they made him a priority. They made him feel like that he was very important. And when it comes to these high school recruits, you got to make them feel very important. And so he says he sees what they're trying to do. He also makes a mention, and you're going to hear it, that he wants to be a part of creating history. And let's continue on.
Known as a hard-hitting linebacker in Buford, Georgia, but what's it going to be like going across the country playing Big 12 football for the Buffs?
Honestly, I think ain't nothing going to change. I've been doing this since I was a little boy, so I don't think nothing going to pretty much change. Just develop with the speed of the game and keep on moving forward.
What's it like in Boulder itself?
Boulder is cool. Like, the air is clean, nice environment. It's just nice people. I feel like they're happy to be in Colorado, and then especially with Deion being there, I just feel like it makes the town happier. But it's definitely a nice scene, something that I can get used to seeing.
As you can see, that's one of the running themes about recruits when they go to CU, that the scenery, it's clean, it's beautiful. You got the hills, you got the mountains, the great sky, great air, and the fact that Coach Prime is there and they like his style. And then, you know, we've heard recruits say that when they left the program, they felt like it was family for them. And but I want you to hear how he talks about the fact that he wants to be a part of making history. It's sort of similar, should I say, to what Jordan Seaton said, the #1 top tackle in the country that just came out of high school and has joined CU as well. Remember this young man right here? Jordan Seaton had the same thing about this. He had the same thing. He said it felt like family. He felt that they made him a #1 commitment when they were trying to recruit him. But Jordan Seaton mainly made reference to the fact that he wants to be a part of creating new history, because you can go to other programs like the Alabamas of the world, the Floridas of the world, the Notre Dames, and they've already created to a certain level of history, right? So this young man is sort of saying the same thing as well. Check this out.
Bring in as much high school talent as other programs. So for you to have a spot there, what does that mean to you?
I mean, it definitely means a lot. Just them showing me that they need me in that room. And Coach Hart always texts me, calls me, letting me know that I'm his guy. It just means a lot that I know that I can compete with the people that's already been in college and people that already have experience.
Now, you're a well-known recruit.
You hear what he said? That they have faith in him, that they put him as a priority like all the other recruits. What I like most importantly is that the young man is well-spoken, very humble. And this is the type of player that Coach Prime wants at the program. Let's hear some more.
Popular guy. We assume you're going to start recruiting a little bit for the Buffs. So we know what Coach Prime's messaging is, but what's the Mantrez Walker angle going to be?
I just say come make history, come be a part of history. I don't feel like this thing only come once in a lifetime with a Hall of Famer coming back to be a head coach. So I just say, come be a part of something wise.
You see that? That was my whole point. He said, come make history, which is the same thing that Jordan Seaton said as well. He said, come make history. This young man is on the same page. Check it out.
And, we can just keep this thing rolling.
So that was your message to other Colorado recruits. What about your message to Colorado fans? What should they expect with that last name Walker on that buff jersey?
They should expect a leader. They should expect the defense in general, somebody that's going to come out there and really bring emphasis on the defense. Colorado offense get a lot of glitz and glamour, stuff like that, but we need somebody that can be dominant on that defense, hard-nosed, and I feel like that I can bring that element to Colorado.
There he is, and here's Colorado.
You hear what he's saying? He's talking about someone that can be hard-nosed and that he can bring that quality, that attitude to CU. This is fantastic. This is the kind of player that I believe Coach Prime primarily is looking for in this program. He said it a lot of times. He wants young men that are tough, that have purpose, that have character, that work hard, that are diligent, intelligent, in and off the field, in the classroom as well as on the field. Because this ain't just about football. It's about the better making of young men, academics, achievement, and football as part of that as well for these young men. So I have to say that I think the young man has got his head on right. Let me put this up here. This is him with his high school uniform on. Here he is right here. And here he is right here with a reward winning smile on his face right there. I think this was a good pickup for Coach Prime. Once again, he's one of the recruits that showed up for the spring game this Saturday, and I think he was impressed by what he saw. But I think it sounded like he already had his mind made up for some time that CU was where he really wanted to be. So this was a great pickup. What do you all think in the chat room? If you are familiar with the young man and what he's bringing, I want to put this back up here. And here we go. Let me know what you think in the chat room. Make sure you share this video on all your social media. This young man, I got to tell you, this is going to be interesting how he is used in the program when he gets his chance to show you what he can do, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's going to be fantastic to know what this young man will bring to the table. Now, this one was a surprise to me. As I was doing my research today, I found out that they have also secured the services and the skill set and the academic mindset of Nikai Green Hill. Nikai Green Hill. I got to put him up here. That's Nikai Green Hill. He comes by way of some good football experience. There he is on the left side corner of my screen. This young man has made a full commitment to the University of Colorado. He has made a commitment. He's another one of those recruits who decided to come on over during the spring game, if I'm not mistaken, and be a part of what is going on. Now, if I'm not mistaken, he played his football at UCF, Charlotte. I think the 49ers, I think he plays another one of these players who comes from the American Conference, I believe. And he's 6'2", 230-pound linebacker. This man has 124 tackles. He's got 1 year of eligibility. He's got 2 sacks. He has made a hard commitment to CU. he is as part of the All-American Conference, the All-AAC. He's got a total of 73 tackles within the conference. He originally transferred to UCF, Charlotte, the 49ers, I think they call them. He originally came by way of, believe it or not, y'all, get ready for this one. Here, let's go with this one. Here is the breaking news. And that is he played at Michigan. All right. So at one point in time, Nikai Green Hill was playing his football at Michigan. Something, I don't know what happened, but he decided, as we know, young men are leaving for all kind of reasons. But he transferred from Michigan, where he played some football at. As you can see, another picture of him right here. And he made his way to this program right here. You see right here with him with the green and white uniform, which was the Charlotte, the UCF program. And now he has decided to transfer in his last year of eligibility. 6'2", 230 pounds, 124 overall tackles in his college football debut overall. 73 tackles that he made while playing in the All-AAC, American Conference, I believe. And some of those total tackles have to do with what he did when he was at Michigan as well. Okay? But he has decided that CU is the place that he wants to make his commitment to. And once again, folks, thank you for watching this program tonight. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell notification. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you all out there. I give you a clap. But so now he has made a commitment to CU. So that adds more depth to the team. He brings, once again, experience to the CU football team. And I'm looking for good things this year. I think this team, I think a lot of people, especially the haters, they would like nothing but to see Coach Prime and CU have no success. But I think they're going to have a better season. Their schedule, as I have said and put up here many times, their schedule will not be as grueling as last year's schedule. Once again, they've got North Dakota State. They got Nebraska, which they handled pretty well last year. Colorado State, that's a rivalry game, a tough game. That's the game that Travis Hunter got hurt in, or there was a dirty shot that happened in that game. They've got Arizona. They got Utah, Baylor, Oklahoma State, Kansas State, Cincinnati, Kansas, Texas Tech, and UCF. All these are games, and they got quite a few of these teams that they're playing against. They got a lot of home games and some games on the road. But I don't think this schedule is nowhere as grinding as the schedule that they had in the now defunct Pac-12 football conference, because all the teams in the Pac-12 have jumped ship to other conferences like the Big 12, the Big 10 for bigger TV contracts. It's always about the money. Follow the money, y'all. So with that said, I really appreciate everybody who's come over tonight. Shirley, thank you for being here. Sierra, thank you for being here. My sister, she's saying good evening to everybody. Good evening, family. Peggy Roster, Charles is in the house. Shirley, all of you that have come over, thank you. R.A. Wilson, thank you. Alicia, when you get a chance, everybody, definitely do me the biggest favor and make comments on the video. Give me your thoughts about these three new arrivals to the team by way of either one, Mantrez Walker, who I'm going to put up here again. This young man is coming to us by way of being straight recruited out of high school directly. You got this young man with his family, who I showed you here what he can do. That is Rashad Amos, who's coming on over. And last week, a lot of you in the chat room said that he's the real deal, and you were hoping that he would definitely commit, which I think is fantastic. And of course, as I said right now, Nikai Green Hill, Mr. Brother Hill, Green Hill, with his experience from playing at Michigan, playing at UCF Charlotte, will be bringing his services and skills to CU. So this is really, I got to say, it's exciting. Another thing for bonus that I want to bring up, I was going to do a separate video about this, but I think, I want to talk about, I want to talk about Cooper, the young man who's a defensive back for Colorado. Remember, Cooper came over originally from Florida State. He's blessed with skills. Here he is when he was in some of the high school camps, the Prime Truth camp that he attended. He was a top-rated player, cornerback coming out of high school. Let me read something about him because they're going to make adjustments for him to fit into the 4-2-5. Remember, I talked about this. Let me put this up here real quick. Remember, I talked about this scheme that they're going to play, which is the 4-2-5 defensive scheme where they drop an extra safety. You see, if you look over to the right, you'll see the safety kind of hanging near where the tight end is. I think they want to bring him in under the 4-2-5 under Robert Livingston's new defensive formation packages, where they're going to bring this young man in to do some much serious damage. And what I want to do is I want to read this right here about him. Remember, Cooper, defensive back Cooper, number 3, which is number last year, is 6 foot. He's 6 foot, 195 pounds, Florida State transfer. He was the nation's top defensive back in 2021 recruiting class. He was a 2-year starter. This is very important. Here he is right here. Okay, he was a 2-year starter with the Seminoles before coming to Boulder. Cooper played in 9 games. All right, 9 games. And started in 8 last year. Unfortunately, he missed the final 3 games of the season, but still had 37 tackles, y'all. This young man still managed to produce 37 tackles for Coach Prime last year. Cooper Sr. 37 tackles, 2 for a loss, 5 PDUs, and a sack and a forced fumble. Okay, in Livingston's offense, the 4-2-5, defense, in the 4-2-5 defensive package, he is going to be a backup safety in that package. He's still going to be a defensive back, but they want to bring him in certain nickel situations to play down in that box, potentially. Cooper played opposite Travis Hunter. Okay, that's Travis Hunter right there. In Charles Kelly's defense last year and was targeted often. However, his role will be a bit different in Robert Livingston's. It's Robert Livingston, the new Robert Livingston, the new defensive coordinator for CU, because Sean Lewis is gone, and we know what the issues were there with him. Not Sean Lewis, but Kelly. Kelly was the defensive coordinator last year. Sean Lewis was the offensive coordinator, and of course, he's gone. And this young man right here, Robert Livingston, wants to run that 4-2-5 scheme this season. He needs to have him over the top in the coverage. Will be vital for the Buffs. Now, this is what over the top means. There's different types of 4-2-5 coverages. I talked about this in my previous show the other night ago. But let me put this up here. What do we mean by over the top? You see where you see the free safety at the top? You got the 2 linebackers. You have 2 corners. You bring in 2 safeties on the side. This is like what you want to run when you want to do. This is good against pass and run. You got defensive end, 2 defensive tackles, another defensive end. This is the 4-2-5 norm formation, which is the 4-2-5 norm is the balanced defensive formation at defending the run and the pass. If they want to play him over the top, I would think they want to have Cooper playing in the middle where you see the free safety. Because why? Because he's a defensive back. He's a corner. So he can do what? He can play in space, y'all. That means that he can play in space. Now, he's had a relationship with Coach Prime for some time, going back to the academy. You see him right there with Coach Prime, which may have played a role in him making a decision to come to CU in the first place. There he is, fresh out of high school or in high school. Here he is on some plays at Florida State. That's big-time football, Florida State, okay? And here he is intercepting a ball. Intercepting. Here he is right here, intercepting another ball. So he's a ball hog, y'all. Okay? And here he is right here. Congratulations, ACC football defensive back and co-rookie of the week. So when he played at Florida State, he was a co-rookie of the week when he was at Florida State, y'all. So I'm looking for great things out of Cooper. Him definitely matching up with someone like my man right here, Travis Hunter. You see him doing his thing and then running off with the ball and also playing the receiver position. So I'm looking for big things out of Cooper in this new Robert Livingston 4-2-5 defensive formation, y'all. So that's got to give him a clap here. That's the bonus coverage there. I want to appreciate everybody. We got LOLM in the house. Shirley saying thank you. I want to say thank you to all of you. We got All Access Sports Media in the house. Thank you for coming over. Appreciate that. We're going to keep this whole thing rocking. We're going to keep this whole situation rocking. I really appreciate seeing the practice game today. I appreciate those young men who have decided to come to see you. And what this shows us, everybody, that, yeah, we can lose players that we personally don't want to lose because we like them, we like their style, we like the way they play. But even though you can lose players in the landscape of college football today, you can lose some and you can win some, and that's just the way it goes. Tell the truth.
Tell the truth.
And so we lost Dylan Edwards, who definitely is a dynamic young man, but I can say with confidence that Rashad Amos looks like he might be bringing a little bit more to the table. He looks like he's a stronger back. He's bringing maybe more experience. He's got speed as well and power, and he can catch out of the backfield. He can make people miss. He can be elusive. And this is what everybody was hoping that, hey, this guy is the real deal. Maybe he will sign, and he made those dreams come true today. Let's give him another clap. Looks like he has a lovely family, father and mom. They look like they've raised a young man who's blessed with skills. And, of course, he's got the uniform on there. So, everybody, it's that time of the night now. Another late night show. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to get ready to get out of here. But do me the biggest favor. We got William Berry, who's just come in the house. Let me read your comments before I get out of here. Let me read the comments. Let me do the best thing I can do, and that's read those comments a little bit more closely. Let me see. We'll be taking the center starting spot from, Walker at center, and if needed, he will take some tackle time too. Wow. We've got, we'll be taking, okay, thank you for that information. Thank you for that information, William Berry. Harmer, Humor, I can't pronounce that. I'm tongue-tied right now. The 6'6", 315-pound from Villanova is a sleeper. I watched his game tape. Oh, my God, he is a brick wall. You can't move him. Wow. Humel, I think he's going to bring something to the table. Let me see. Alicia is in the house. She says, yes, this was a great live. Oh, thank you, Alicia. I hope you're doing fine. I hope your family is well. Shirley, thank you for coming over. Sister Shirley, all respect to you. William Berry has made lots of statements in there. Yes, I'm high on Mantre and Rashad. Yeah, I'm high on them too. I'm going nuts over the NFL ready linebacker, Nikai Green, 6'2", 230. Yeah, I talked about Nikai tonight. He has experience coming from Michigan, where he played before he transferred from Michigan. He's only got 1 year of eligibility with us. He's an older player, so he's bringing experience, which is what we need. Sierra is saying, let me see what the sister's saying right here. She's saying, she said good evening to everybody. And then we got Prime want players that have that dog in them. Yeah, that's what he wants. He wants players that have the dog in them. Peggy Roster's in the house too. Thank you for being here. Let me see. You are welcome. And yes, me and my family are good. I went to my cousin's mom's birthday party earlier. Okay. I hope the birthday party was cool. I hope you had a good time. And hey, that's fantastic when you can spend time with family and enjoy the weekend. That's what it should be all about, enjoying family. Xavier got signed, so happy for him. Oh, he got signed to an NFL team. Did he get like a free agent? Because even though you've got guys who did not get drafted the last couple of days, there's guys that can still be picked up as a free agent. Do you know that I'm a 49er fan? Terrell Owens' son, his son has been signed by the 49ers as a free agent. I wanted the Niners to draft Jerry Rice's son, Brandon Rice, but Brandon Rice, I believe, he got drafted by the Cleveland Browns, or maybe, if not Cleveland, San Diego Chargers, I believe. I was hoping that the 49ers were going to draft him, but they didn't. And I was thinking, well, maybe if he falls out of the draft, they can sign him as a free agent. So, Frank Gore has a son that's a running back. I don't know if he got drafted or not, but it was kind of interesting to see the teams and what they picked. I'm a 49er fan, so I was watching every minute what the 49ers were picking up for the upcoming season. So I'm very excited about that in terms of the next NFL season. We've got Peggy Roster in the house saying love to all. That's very nice of you. We've got Bernie Parker, who says he got signed. That's it. He still can get cut. Yeah, just because you got signed as a free agent doesn't mean that you're automatically on a team. You got to still come to camp. There's going to be rookie camps, and you're going to have the main camp, and then he's going to have to fight for a position on the team. He's got to make that 53-man roster. We know how this works. Or sometimes when guys are really good, but the NFL team doesn't really necessarily want to lose them, they'll put them on the practice squad and let them work their way to getting on the roster and maybe special teams. And a lot of guys who struggle, who are just on the cusp of making a team, when they do make the team, you know what they always do. They put them on special teams so that they can work themselves to being the main guy. Okay? That's just the way football is. Okay, Xavier to Arizona Cardinals. That's excellent. I'm going to be watching him. Thank you for making that announcement that Xavier, our receiver from last year, the brother with the nice, he has been picked up and signed by the Arizona Cardinals. So what he has to do, I'm going to tell you right now, he has a chance to make that team because Arizona had a lot of problems last year. See, when you go to a team that's loaded with talent, like the 49ers, for example, it's harder to make that team because the 49ers are loaded with veteran talent. But Xavier is going to have a great chance of making the Arizona Cardinals because they need all the help they can get. They don't have a great reason. They need help. And so he has a big chance of making that team. Don't sleep on him. Let me see what William Berry says. 73 scholarships taken, 12 remaining. Which 85 can be awarded, can be aware, I counted everybody, new and old. Awarded new and old. Okay, brother. Good points you're making, William Berry. Rashad Amos will fill the void of Dillon. That's a fact. With 175 yards and 23. Yeah, I brought up his stats, brother. I put all his stats out there. Let me go over them before I end this. Yeah, check this out. Like you said, he has 1,075 yards rushing. He has 13 touchdowns, my brother. He was rated as the second best rushing back in the Mid-American Conference when it came to touchdowns, okay? He's the number 2 ranked running back that went into the portal when CU got him. He has a career game in one game in which he had 33 carries for 180 yards in 2023, and he's not coming off of a major injury. So we're not getting a guy who's coming to us as an injury-prone player. Remember, he also played, I'm going to repeat this before I end the show. He also originally got recruited and played at South Carolina. All right? So, Brother Barry, we on it, brother. We on the same page. We're putting out the good data, and it looks like good things are going to happen. So we're going to see how this whole thing works out. We got LOLM says, did Kamani or Dylan Edwards find a home yet? I heard some rumors that is it Miami that's looking at him, or there's been some rumors. I'm not exactly sure. I think at some point we got to move on from the whole Kamani situation. He did a video, y'all. I thought about doing a video tour. He did a video where he was in his car, and there's a thing called showing class, right? Show some class. He did a video, and you could tell he's throwing shots at CU. He's in his car driving, and he sort of appears like he's throwing some shots. I just look. Coach Prime said he wants the young man to be successful and do well. Kamani McLean, sir, you've already decided that you're leaving CU. Find a new school that wants you. Go there and do your job. Like, go to damn practice on time, study the damn tape on time, show up to the meetings on time, do all the things that you said that you are a dog that you can do for these other schools that you didn't appear to do at CU, according to Coach Prime and Coach Uncle Neely, who made those statements on his platform, right? Just go pick a school that you want to be at, that you're happy, and just ball out, be a star wherever you go, man. What's the sense of just continuing? And I think he's doing this because he's feeding off of the people who are mad at him for leaving, that criticized him. And remember, it was alleged that Kamani McLean went on Spaces or something. What was it? YouTube Space? I mean, not YouTube, Twitter Spaces or X Spaces, something like that. And he jumped into a space and people were going after him, and he had a few words. Man, just focus on your education and where you trying to go. Let's just move on from that. William Berry has left something else in there. I came from the Mid-American Conference, Ball State University, many years ago. Oh, okay, brother. And I know about the MAC. All right, brother. Let me clap you up. Much respect to you. Right. Shirley, absolutely correct. Free agent. Exactly. Everybody, I hate to go, but it's getting late, so I'm going to end the show on that note. Once again, share this video on all your social media, your Facebook, your X or Twitter, whatever you use. Share it in your community tab. Tell people about the channel. We'll be back with more content, whether I go live or I upload a video. I'm going to bring the content to you. I want to say shout out to all the other content creators out there that are doing great work in this area of presenting these sort of what's going on at CU, what's going on with the players and Coach Prime. I want to appreciate all of those content creators out there. They're doing a great job. And with that said, everybody, we're going to get ready to get on out of here. And y'all take care of yourself, everybody. Peace. Peace.
Giant, feel the wrath of a tyrant. Never really had enough, you can never really have enough. Nah, never really had enough, you can never really have enough. I've been searching my soul, looking for diamonds of gold, thinking how far does it go? Can I buy love at a store? Really, how much are they running me for? They're conning for more. Look, I can see the greed in their eyes now, trying to show the teeth when they lie, but I would never lie down. Enemies on the line now, gotta get the high ground. Take a step and get sniped down. Who's got the highest price? Who's got the ruby eye? You know everyone has a price. Who's got the sharpest knife? Picking that diamond mines, keep a short leash on them dogs. On my goonies, they never die. My Valentines follow the dollar signs, hard to not compromise. When you never had shit to begin with, picking up tricks in your interest, rather get rich in the trenches. Man, I'm talking big business, where the morals are smaller than inches. Get hip to the system or sleep with the fishes. Outsmart the vindictive, don't become a whole lot of pirates. Looking for high risk, searching for idols, see through your iris. No fooling the giant, feel the wrath of a tyrant. Never really had enough, you can never really have enough. Nah, never really had enough, you can never really have enough.
That's why you gotta look for yourself. Do not live your life on another man's word. Open up these books for yourself. You will get shook by the truth too. Start to see crooks by the buku. Connections unseen like the Bluetooth or the Wi-Fi. Found facts that I can't deny. I had to change my eye, which is a fancy way of saying nigga switch perspective. No auto-tune, found my pitch perfected. Figure why a nigga felt so disconnected. Introspective questions answered with deflections. In the mirror, no reflections. Was severely misdirected. And then that shit gets dismissed from recollection when I'm sky high. We can shoot the breeze, no drive-by. I be Drew Brees with the knowledge I've arrived by. Kobe system shooter, keep it Raja. Bear with me, bear with me, grow with me, share with me.
A whole lot of pirates, looking for high risk, searching for idols, see through your iris. No fooling the giant, feel the wrath of a tyrant. Never really had enough, you can never really have enough. Nah, never really had enough, you can never really have enough. Whole lot of pirates, whole lot of I could do for you nah, right now.
Rough end of last year, you got beat up a lot. You've had some time to get better. How are you feeling, and how do you feel you will be getting stronger going into the fall? Are you looking to be as active running as you were, because it was so effective too?
Yeah,
What's going on with that?
I feel like my game, I definitely can extend plays, but I don't feel like I'm just a born runner. I feel like I run when I need to, when I have to, and of course it's exciting and it's very energetic. But if I'm able to sit in there how I was today and throw it, there's no need for me to use my legs much. The name of the game is basically have longevity, and a lot of guys that run a lot, it's gonna wear and tear on their body.
I'm seeing nightmares, sleeping you out right there like you never left, and I am hoping that you might care, change on me. What about us? What about the times when I feel like I could trust? Yeah, now I'm on a chase for the same shit. I hear the sirens in the lake and wanna chase them. Beauty on the out, but I'm surrounded by the fake shit. Beasts in a maze, sing about freedom like a bird in a cage. That's a whole different pain. Calling up my homies and it's hard to explain. Yeah, it's hard to explain. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you do for you. Nah, 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 to me, nah, 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 right now. Staying on my mind on the usual. Wanna call you up like we used to do. Tell you all the things I could do for you. Nah, 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 to me, nah, 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 right now. I wonder if you're social lately. I wonder if you're always fucking sober or emotion roller coaster, barely coasting, hardly cope and wanna call me, but you never push that motherfucking button. Change on me. What about us? What about the times when you feel like you could trust? Yeah, now you wanna chase for the same shit. You hear the sirens in the lake and wanna chase them. Beauty on the out, but you're surrounded by the fake shit. Beasts in a maze. Sing about freedom like a bird in a cage. That's all.
Tell the truth.
Thank you for listening to Prime Sports.